Most people think organization means taking your big messy piles and making lots of little piles, like sorting your stuff. I also did this for years and it never worked out. The reason it doesn't work out? Because even when you do make lots of neat little piles and you sort everything, now you're left with, where does this little sorted pile go? You're organizing for your stuff and you're trying to make it fit into your home. Instead, we ignore the stuff and we focus on maximizing the storage we have. We organize our space and then make all of this fit. When I tell people that I'm a professional organizer, I always get asked two questions. How do I get started? And how do I keep my space tidy all the time? And I've organized hundreds and hundreds of homes, and I found that there's only really one method that works no matter what. No fancy containers, no overwhelm, and no having to redo things 6 months later. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to do this in your own home. When you're organizing and looking for organizing supplies, there's only two things you need to know. One, what is your organizing style? So you know what type of container or system to get. And number two, you just need to know the measurements of your space. So you know how many containers to get and what size will fit. It's not about the stuff because your stuff is always changing, but your space, that always stays the same. You gotta organize for the shelf, the closet, the space you're working with, the drawer. Because once you know the organizing style and the type of containers and you know the measurements, shopping becomes easy. I love going to the dollar store for organizing supplies because they are cheap and there is a huge selection. The mistake most people make is they go to buy organizing supplies. Look how cute. They're like, this is so cute. No idea what I'm going to use it for. We do not buy containers because they're cute. We buy containers because it fits our style and it fits the space. For the bee organizer, I know I have to have clear containers, so I'm gonna get a bunch of different sizes, and I love that the Dollar Tree has these slightly colored ones that are still clear. Just need to measure. I think I can only fit 2 across and 3 high of these, so I'm gonna get 6 of these, and then some smaller clear, and then just a variety of tiny ones that can stack for all the little bibbidi bops that all bees have. For the butterfly organizer, they are very visual, so you want to go with a clear, or look at these bins. They're see-through enough to see what's inside, but it still gives you that little pop of color. I love this for a butterfly. The most important thing though, no lids. So look for the biggest bin that you can find that will fit what you're organizing. And again, absolutely no lids because butterflies have no time for lids. Crickets love lots of little categories, but they don't want to see their things. So I'm going to opt for containers that can stack. So every little container can have its own compartment. You have to have lids and also take advantage of that vertical space. Sometimes organizing for a bee versus a cricket can be kind of confusing because crickets do like clear stacking bins, but behind closed doors. But if it's on an open shelf, they don't want to see their stuff. So organize like a bee if you have a door. Crickets, otherwise, get something solid. Ladybugs love tidy, beautiful spaces. They do not want to see their everyday things. So going for a solid container on open shelving is so important. I like this color too. You want to go with the biggest container that you can find and have no lids. They got to toss things in like a basketball. So I'm going to get a few, like a combination of these, just a variety of sizes so we can organize for the space. Another successful trip to the dollar store. I always feel like they think I'm crazy when I get organizing supplies because, girl, this is a lot. Now this is the part of my method that seems a little bit bonkers. I come back from the dollar store and I have all the different containers, but instead of taking the stuff and sorting right away, nope, I stage the empty containers on the shelf, not even really knowing what's going in them yet. I know, you're like, how does this work, Cass? It works for 2 reasons. 1, you're maximizing every square inch. 2, It's gonna look so beautiful. But the third reason is your stuff is always changing. Your space doesn't. So when we organize for our space, it forces us to have limits. The container is as much as we can keep, and it makes sure we're having organization that will always stay tidy no matter what kind of stuff is coming in and out of our house. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. This is the same bookshelf, same dimension, but I'm going to show you how to organize it 4 different ways, depending on who's actually using it. And we're starting with the B, which means all of the clear containers. And I got a lot of little tiny containers because bees like lots of little categories. And again, we are going to make this stuff fit the containers that I know will work. You can definitely do a little rearranging, but staging it like this in the first place gives you that framework you need for organization. I can't stretch the shelves. I can't change this, but I can change how I organize into the containers. I noticed in the big pile that there were some paper, so I picked up a quick paper organizing system that's making it visual. And just like that, it is staged and ready for a bee to organize. Now here's where the real magic happens. Once everything's all put together and I know what I'm organizing into, I like to grab the biggest containers first and actually take it to the mess and then sort into it. And I'll show you what that looks like. This is my favorite part. So I have 3 big bins to start. I'm looking at this and I'm trying to find the biggest category of stuff. So I see that there's a lot of yarn. So I'm gonna have 1 bin for yarn. And I know what you're thinking. Cass, what if you want to keep all the yarn and it doesn't all fit? It's totally fine to start a second bin of yarn. Like if I had to buy a bin that would fit all this yarn, it wouldn't actually fit on any of the shelving I have. That's why we don't organize for the stuff. Then I see that there's things like gift bags, a lot of that, twine. Those things can go in the big containers. This is the secret. Now, what if I run out of space? That's when the hard decisions have to come. Like I can shop the favorites. I can't keep all the yarn. I have to pick just my absolute favorite. We need limits, my friends. That's what organization is all about. You with me so far? Like magic, all of this is going to fit into there. It's crazy pants. And just like that, seriously, every single thing fit. The only thing left are the empty containers that I organized from and into the other things. I promise you, this is magical and works in every space. I even have an empty bin. Come see what it looks like. It's so beautiful, but more importantly, it's organized. Everything has a home. There's still room to grow. And if you decide you no longer want to knit or crochet and you don't need yarn, now when you start your new hobby of jewelry making, it has a place to go. This is giving you that boundary that keeps your home tidy all the time, no matter what. 10 years from now, it'll still look just like this. Now let's stage for a butterfly. Butterfly is one of the easiest bug styles to find bins for at the dollar store because it just needs to be big, no lid, and see-through. So you can go with clear, but because, let's get real, okay? Butterflies are not going to sort and put things into lots of little categories. They're going to toss it in. So clear can sometimes look a bit messy, which is why I like the ones that are still visual, like you can still see through them, but it doesn't look overwhelming. These work perfectly for a butterfly. I also really recommend going with like caddy, especially for writing tools or anything that you use really often for a butterfly, because you can take it with you. So now wherever you are, you can drop right back into here and it's only one thing to put away instead of lots of little things. What do you think? Looks pretty good, right? Now let's fill for the butterfly. Just like always, you start with the biggest category. There's a lot of yarn. This is why I get a variety of different sizes and to stage like the shelf or whatever it is that you're organizing. Sometimes this can be a little bit of like a play around. This is the perfect, see, look at this. Perfect. But this is also a big bin. Maybe I choose jute to go in this bin and then realize, oh, there's a lot of empty space. So take it back out and pick something else, like maybe something that would take up more space to go in the biggest bin. It's not about perfection. It's about giving a home that's flexible to all of your things. Perfect. Another quick tip for a butterfly, if you already have things in jars, jars really work. Just take the lid off. Like seriously, I'm gonna use the jars on the shelf. I'm gonna make it butterfly friendly by just making sure they can drop things in quickly without having a lid. Are you ready to make all the bees and crickets cringe? So when you have something like this, bees and crickets would want to color coordinate. This is how a butterfly organizes. Because it's not that they're not capable of setting up a detailed system, they're just not going to maintain it, especially when they're busy and they just want to craft or live their life. So instead of having all the blues together, they will take a second to dig and find what they need. They have to be able to put it away fast. It seems like this isn't organized, but because all the categories are together, that's exactly what organization really looks like. It's not about perfection, it's about putting things away the way you naturally put things down, how your brain naturally works, which is, in a butterfly's case, all about macro organization. And just like that, the butterfly is totally organized. Everything is out of the piles, and in minutes, it's away, and it looks so good. I love organizing for butterflies and ladybugs because no micro-organization means you can get organized in seconds. Now we're gonna stage the shelf for a cricket, which means lots of little categories, but solid containers because it's open. It's kind of hard sometimes to find containers at the dollar store that work for a cricket, but we were so lucky to find these with lids that stack. And you can even make it more crickety by adding dollar store dividers right inside the bins. In the makeup section, you will find these really cute makeup organizers that are perfect for also office supply. And how cute! In the craft section, or sometimes in the home section, you might find these little stacking cardboard boxes. It looks so good, but better yet, it's actually really practical. Let's fill the cricket bins. Oh, cricket. Maybe it won't fit, and then we have to declutter. This cricket container, while amazing, isn't quite big enough to fit the extra yarn. So instead of starting a second bin, I don't even like this color anyways. I'm gonna declutter these and let the container be the bad guy. It is decided I cannot keep these. And just like that, the cricket shelf is organized, it's practical, and it's pretty. Now let's stage the shelf for a ladybug. And the secret to ladybug organization is two things. One, big old bins with no lids, so you can toss things away really quickly. But the second thing to remember is ladybugs want minimal visual stimulation, except they want things to also look aesthetically pleasing. So think the power of pretty. Going with bins that match your aesthetic or your decor really will motivate you to keep it tidier. So big bins, no lids, make them pretty. This is so cute. Look at how cute for paper, but also I think it's like a shopping bag, whatever. It's definitely gonna work. How about here? And look what else I found. Not only did I find these dollar store woven bins, but wait for it. These are actually pots. These are like dollar store like planters, but you can use them for storage because they're gorgeous. They're big and they have no lids. Now let's fill for the ladybug, and just like always, start with the biggest container and the biggest category. It's like speed organizing when you do it for a ladybug because you don't have to be precious. You literally toss like you would put away. You know what? Haha, let's just put yarn and twine together. It's similar enough for the ladybug brain. Are you ready for something that feels crazy pants? Listen, when you are organizing for a non-detailed person like a ladybug, it's okay for it to be a little chaotic. So I'm gonna actually have a container for writing utensils, which is like markers, everything together. Yes, in an ideal world, everything would be sorted, but that's not how we put things away. When I am done with a green marker, I want to be able to toss it away and not have to put it in a compartment. So even though this doesn't look or feel like organization, this is what it's actually all about. I'm swooning. The Ladybug shelf is totally organized. Every single thing that was in that giant pile is now organized-ish. Good enough for a ladybug. It looks good. But more importantly, it's going to be really fast to put everything away. So after organizing hundreds of homes, this is the method that I keep coming back to over and over again. Why? Because it actually works. It's super fast, but more importantly, it stays organized for good, because as your stuff changes, your system can stay the same. Let me know in the comments below if you are a bee, cricket, ladybug, or butterfly, and if you have tried in the past to get organized and it just hasn't stayed, or you've made all the little piles and you don't know what to do with them. Be open to giving this method a try. I know it seems completely backwards. Staging empty containers onto a shelf, go into your space that's messy, whether it's a closet or a cabinet, take everything out, get containers that fit, and then organize into the space. Trust me, it actually works. If you haven't already taken the Clutterbug quiz, go to clutterbug.com, take the quiz, find out your style, and download your free ebook that gives you lots of examples of exactly how to organize for your style. Thank you guys so much. I can't wait to read your comments to see if any of this really resonated with you and to know what organizing style you are. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for those of you who have stayed to the end. I don't know if I've ever told you this before, but I'm a hypochondriac. Like, legit. It's not that I'm afraid of death. I am afraid of illness. Chronic illness, for sure. And I always think I have everything. I do have autoimmune disorders. So today, when I found this tick on my head, pure panic. Why? Because did you see Justin Bieber when he looked homeless, when he went through that era and everyone's like, oh, Justin Bieber, he had Lyme disease. Joe's grandmother has had Lyme disease. It was not pretty. I have heard horror stories and now I'm just picturing myself with Lyme disease. The tick was on my head. I don't even know if I can look for a bullseye. I'm just gonna panic. I'm gonna panic for the next 32 days in anticipation of certain Lyme disease illness. Why am I so panicked? Because my immune system is about as smart as a bag of hammers. It is like those guys in the gym. You know which ones I mean. The ones that are like so overpowered, but dumb. That's my immune system. Every day my immune system is fighting. But then there's nothing to fight, so it starts fighting itself. It's just punching itself in the face. And you're like, why, immune system? Why? It doesn't know because it's so stupid. I have Hashimoto's. It literally like ate my whole thyroid. I just found out I have cystitis. I've been dealing with bladder issues. I had surgery and all this stuff. Turns out, nope, cystitis. My immune system has decided to attack my bladder. My specialist just told me 2 weeks ago, it's not a matter of if you might need diapers, it's when. It's when. I have gout. I have so many I have rheumatoid arthritis, all these autoimmune things. The last thing I need is some Lyme disease. Just sharing with you. Let me know in the comments below if you also have an overpowered, super dumb immune system. I don't know what's wrong with it, but there's something. So it's a lot like me. It's hyper. It's hyper. See you guys next time.